Hello, I hope you and your family are well today. This is the second lesson about childhood. This is lesson number 2 about childhood. And we're going to start with a quiz. Okay, so let's have a look at this little man here. Who is this? He was born in 1961. He is American. He had a very important job. Okay, pause the video and then write your answers. You will need pencil and paper for this. Did you get it correct? Who is this? Barack Obama. He was the President of the United States of America. Notice this word was. Is he president now? No, that's Donald Trump. He's the president now. So we use this word was to indicate the past. This is before Donald Trump. Let's go to our next picture. Who is this? She was born in America in 1981. Pause the video and write down your answers. Okay, she is an American singer and actress, Beyonce Knowles. And who is this? He was born in England in 1966. Pause the video and write your answer. That's correct. He was the British Prime Minister, David Cameron. Is he Prime Minister now? No. The present Prime Minister is Boris Johnson. He was the Prime Minister before. And here we've got two people in the picture. Who are they? They were born in America. Notice this word here, were. Why do you think we have were as the verb? How many little girls in the picture? 2. So for more than one, we will use this word were. Now pause and see if you can write down their names. They are famous tennis players, Serena and Venus Williams. Perhaps you've watched them at Wimbledon. Okay, well done. So we're going to share another screen now. Okay, so let's play from the start. So today, we've done the quiz now as a little warmer. Today, you're going to ask and answer questions about childhood clearly. And if you look at the picture here, we have some children playing. And you're going to write questions and sentences about childhood. So some speaking, asking questions, and some writing. So first of all, we have some words in green, and these words we call adjectives because they describe children. Can you see the children in the picture? So these words describe children. And some of the words you may need to look up in the dictionary if you're not sure. And then you can match the opposites. So for example, what do I mean by opposite? We have a word like fat. The opposite will be thin. So those two words are opposites. So I would like you to find the opposite adjectives for these words. So pause the video and write down your answers. Okay, now we're going to check. So we have tall and the matching word short, noisy and quiet, dirty, clean, good and naughty. Now this word naughty might be a new word for you. You might need to look it up. I think you probably will be able to guess the meaning. It's the opposite of good. Let's look at how we say those words. So the first word is tall, and the opposite word is short. Notice the SH, that makes a sh sound. We have noisy and quiet, dirty, clean, good, naughty. Practice those words. Naughty. Going to move the video on. Okay, so we have some pictures. We have a lady now, and in the next picture, is she a lady? No, she's a little girl. This is the same person. This is now, the lady, and the little girl before. Which tense do you think we're going to use? Which tense for now? That's correct, present tense. And which tense for before? That's correct, past tense. Okay. Now, you are going to remember when you were 8 years old. And you're going to make some questions using was and were. Okay, so have a look at those words. We've got you, short, tall. That's not a question, so you need to add some more words to make a question. So look, you've got four questions to make. Look at those questions or those words and make 4 questions. Write them down on your paper and pause the video. Okay, we're going to check your questions now. So when you were 8 years old, were you short or tall? Notice those arrows. Our voice goes up and down. Were you short or tall? Were you usually noisy or quiet? Were you usually clean or dirty? Were you a good child or a naughty child? So practice those questions. You can see the picture of the man speaking in the corner. Practice those questions. And the answer is at the bottom in the speech bubble. I was. Now, was has a Z sound, like a B. Zzz. I think we looked at that before. I was, this is going to be your answer. For me, I was a good child, of course. What about you? And then we've got a section here at school. Make some questions using was and were. So pause your video and see if you can make some more questions like you did before using the words in blue. See if you can make some questions. Pause the video and write down 4 questions about school. Be careful with number 4, it's slightly different. Okay, so we're going to practice some speaking as we check your questions. The first, were you happy at school? Were you happy at school? And you can see 2 answers in the blue speech bubbles. 2 short answers, yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. That's a word that might need practicing. So was not becomes wasn't. No, I wasn't. Were you good at sports? Were you good at maths? Was your teacher nice? Now, I did say that number 4 was slightly different because the verb is was there, because we're talking about your teacher. She, yes, the third person, rather than the second person, were you. This is somebody else, the third person. Was your teacher nice? Okay, so practice asking those questions and giving short answers, perhaps with a friend or family. Now, finally, we have favourites. Favourites, and the heart tells us that this is about something that we like very much, perhaps love, more than other things. So I hope you understand that word, favourite. You can always look in your dictionary if you want to check the meaning again. So we've got some words here. Your, what, favourite, was, game. You need to put those words in the correct order. I'm going to ask you to pause the video and put those words in the correct order. Okay, now we're going to check. So which word is first? We have the question word with the capital letter, what? What was your favourite game? What was your favourite game? Again, we're thinking about when you were 8 years old. Is that now? No, that's before, isn't it? Maybe a long time ago, like if you're like me. You've got a picture of a book, so we can change the question from game to book. What was your favourite Book. What about the next question? Next picture. Food. Pause the video and write down the question that you think will be for food. Okay, were you correct? Let's see. What was your favourite food? That's the correct question. And the answer to all these is in the blue speech bubble. My favourite game was, now for me, my favourite game was Monopoly, which is a board game, collecting money. I like money very much. What was your favourite game when you were 8? They have a children's version of Monopoly. What was your favourite book? My favourite book was Little Women. And what was your favourite food? My favourite food was ice cream. I think most children like that. That was at the age of 8, don't forget. Different from now. So, what I would like you to do, you can do this yourself for homework, is practice asking those questions to your family and friends about when they were 8 years old. And write sentences about when you were 8 years old. So some speaking and some writing. Okay, back to me. We're going to stop the recording now. So thank you for joining me this morning.